Hi everyone, I am sending you this video message from my back porch. If you hear the birds and the breeze blowing by, it is just because it's absolutely beautiful here. I live in Roanoke, which is about an hour and a half southwest of Lynchburg, so my weather is a little bit different here than it is on campus. And I'm working from home today, which means that I really can enjoy the weather. I have read your practicum logs and provided feedback in Typhon. You guys are doing a great job with that. Make sure that you go in and you read the feedback that's provided and make changes that that impact your final log. You want to make sure that you're calculating your time correctly and that your time log is accurate as well. I read your reflective exercises that were based on O'Brien's sub-themes of what it meant to serve others. You guys did a beautiful job. There were so many beautifully worded, biblically based concepts and writings. This is not normally an assignment that I share personal student exemplars from, just because a lot of what you all share is pretty personal, so I want to be respectful of that, but know that your work was really well done. What I will remind you is, from an APA standpoint, you want to practice using level headings. Graduate scholarly writing represents an organized, meaningful approach to your writing. So be sure that you are using level 1 and level 2, sometimes level 3 headings if the paper is complex enough. This reflective exercise would have used level 1 and level 2 at a minimum. Some may have used level 3 appropriately. Your final paper that's going to be due in week 8 is going to use level 1, 2, and 3 at a minimum, maybe level 4, depending on how complex your paragraph structures are. So I want you to practice that and understand that that's not a nicety or a nuance kind of thing. It's an expectation of graduate writing, just like your in-text citations and a well-developed reference list of scholarly sources is. So is the appropriate use of a level heading system. So do want you to start practicing that and putting it into practice. Next week you have your discussion boards that are due. That's all very straightforward. You've got a section on advocacy, and then part 2 is based on the 5 essentials of will. So it's pretty direct. Just watch your time and make sure you get everything posted in time. Again, I want you to start planning for week 8. Your spiritual philosophies paper is due that week. I want you to kind of start thinking about working on it this week, and then you won't be as weighed down in week 8 when you're already tired and ready for summer break. This paper is more than a summary of the concepts or the principles and tenets. You will be making a mistake if you spend the first 5 to 6 pages defining and re-describing these tenets and principles. This paper's design is for you to give an overview of each of those concept areas and then to begin to do an analysis and a synthesis of key ideas. You're going to want to follow your rubric, follow the course instructions clearly, and work through your paper methodically. Lots of students make the mistake of spending more than half of their paper telling me what the tenets and concepts are, and that's not the assignment. The assignment is to have you compare, contrast, and analyze the topics in comparison to one another. There's some overlap and there's some differences. Personally, when I approach this assignment or assignments like this, I use a concept map or a word web, where I write everything down and then draw lines and circles and start connecting things and identifying overlap, similarities, and differences. And that really does require a higher level of critical thinking, which is why it's your final paper for this course. It's pretty involved. Anticipate using level 1, level 2, level 3 headings at a minimum, level 4 maybe, lots of in-text citations, and I want you to look at your APA manual for combined in-text citations. This is especially important in your section that you're going to be using for comparison, because you're going to be saying these two things are similar, these two authors' works are similar, so a combined in-text citation with both authors in brackets or parentheses is going to be the most appropriate way to handle that. Use your APA manual. Know that Purdue OWL website is another great resource. Just start planning so that you're not overwhelmed next week trying to pull it all together, on top of wrapping up your practicum and on top of getting all your evaluations done. Know that I'm here. Know that I'm praying for your success. If you have personal questions, email me. General questions about how do I do or where can I find, those kinds of things, go on the Ask the Professor link. I hope wherever you are that the weather is as lovely as it is here in Roanoke and that you are well. Let me know how I can help you. Take care.